Ruffalo. Ruffalo. What you doing, man? These are your people. These are your people. These are your people. Your rhetoric. Your privileged ass preaching to the unwashed masses of the working class. These are your people. What are you doing? Ain't nothing worse than a bitch-ass motherfucker. Once again, we return to the Twitter trenches with DataRacer117, who collected some tweets aimed at Chris Pratt for whatever damn reason. I'm living in clown world. 30 years ago, I was talking about this on a live stream the other day. 30 years ago, it was the religious majority pressing their BS on everybody else. And this, pockets of atheists and scientific-minded people pushing to get religion out of our politics, get it out of our schools, get it out of, and I think that's a good fight. I think it's a great fight. I believe in separation of church and state. Though I don't have any problem with anyone being religious or spiritual. I'm spiritual myself. So, we live in clown world. We live in clown world where all of the things we were fighting for when I was growing up have gone completely wacko. They've gone completely to the other side. There was no balance. In the 2000s, we had a little bit of balance. Racism, sexism, bigotry, these things are always going to exist. There's always going to be one jerk off in your tribe, or your town, or your whatever. There's always going to be that. Always. And it's just human nature. But over the overwhelming majority of people, pretty much over those kind of trivial, petty differences. Things like melanin count in your skin. It's just dumb shit. Until the far left came out and said, you know what? We want to stir up a whole bunch of more craziness. They took a bunch of people with mental illness and put them at the forefront. Some people who didn't even want to be put at the forefront started using them as weapons to attack everybody else for whatever reason. And it's been off to the races ever since. Entertainments have been facilitating this, promoting this. People like Mark Ruffalo, a male feminist, who's all the time on social media talking about far left this and far left that, and Nazis this and white supremacists that, and all kinds of garbage, promoting division and hate. What the industry likes to do. What these industries have done, these far leftists in gaming, comics, television, and movies, is that they've generated these hate mobs of people. Hate mobs of people. Hate mobs like this, who will say the most racist, terrible, awful things to you. They will come after you. They will cancel you. They will find out who you are online. They will try to destroy your financial viability. They do not care. These mentally ill people have been supported, promoted, and continue to be in the entertainment industries for the most part by people like Mark Ruffalo, by people like Kathleen Kennedy. These people who don't care about you or me. We're just the working class. We're just normal people. We just live every day and work every day in diverse communities with all types of hardships. Whether we're a single parent trying to feed our kids, trying to find somebody to watch our kids so we can work to feed our kids, whether we are trying to help build or protect our community from racist hate groups and domestic terrorist groups coming in to destroy our neighborhoods and destroy our way of life. And the working class, people that are struggling, the poor class, we have been working together. We've been working together for a long time. I don't know where you privileged millionaires have been. I don't know where you've been, Mark. I don't know what you've been doing with your millions of dollars, getting paid millions to play pretend for a living and then get on social media and cause division and hate. These are your people. Your people. I've never really seen Chris Pratt, Robert Downey Jr., James Gunn. James Gunn's very questionable. Zoe Saldana said one or two things that I thought were questionable, but for the most part, these people have never really tried to divide us, tried to divide the country. You, Mark, you're a problem. You're like Don Cheadle. You're out of your fucking mind. Out of your mind. These are your people. So next time you think about defending your friend who's getting attacked online, next time you think about the people around you who are being caught, I don't even want to say this above me right here. I don't even want to say this. That's your people, Mark. You and everybody else in Hollywood who spits that far left rhetoric, that division, hate, and bigotry. That is you. These are your people. How dare you try and stand up and go, oh, this is my friend. He wouldn't do this bullshit. I'll bet you behind every corner. I'll bet you behind this dude's back, you have called him a racist, white nationalist, Trump supported, blah, blah, blah. You've gone with the whole narrative. Come on, Mark. Be honest. You've done that. We see you on social media. We know where your head's at. You're fucking deranged. You're deranged. Just like all these people. These are your people. This is your fan base. Entertainments have been catering to this fan base, pushing out the older fans, those toxic whatevers, pushing them out to generate a space for these radicals. That is why I'm writing the Fandom Menace volumes. That's why I'm calling you out, Hollywood, because it needs to be called out. Mark, enough with your virtue signaling. Enough with your virtue signaling. Shut up, Mark. Ruffalo, get back in the corner. Get back in the corner. Go beg some woman to pay attention to you, you male feminist, and stop acting like you give a damn about anyone who doesn't think exactly the way you think. You're a troll. Be gone. As far as Chris Pratt, my love to Chris Pratt, Robert Downey Jr., Zoe Saldana, that's some awful stuff they're saying at you too. I do not condone this in any way. I don't condone anything of what they're saying. As a matter of fact, us traditional fans, us legacy fans, people of common sense, we're fighting against this. It's called the Fandom Menace. We're fighting against people like Mark Ruffalo, who will generate this type of hateful audience and then turn around and virtue signal again by saying he's protecting someone on his crew. And you know damn well, y'all know damn well, I'll bet you money, all of you have heard Mark say some off-putting shit about anyone on your cast or connected to your production who doesn't think the same way he thinks. I mean, get out of here with your virtue signaling garbage. I am author Stephen Walton, the Fandom Menace historian, your historian, born in the chats of the High Council with my brothers and sisters fighting for our modern mythologies. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Do not listen to Mark Ruffalo. Be good to each other. Peace.
The main thing is to protect these characters. Make sure that they still continue to live in the way that you created them. And that the universe of Star Wars continues to grow.
By 2018, far-left extremists in Hollywood had been perverting long-established, profitable science fiction properties as platforms to espouse divisive social propaganda. The vision of these creatives was to repurpose established franchises in the hopes of indoctrinating viewers into the bigoted groupthink of the American far-left ideology. Insanely wealthy producers and adult pretenders set to shame any fan who would not capitulate to their false narratives of virtue, using long-established weight in the legacy media to drive online hate mobs to attack any who dared speak against the woke narrative. Yet there were those who would not kneel before this oligarchy of money, media, and extremism. Those who had known the truth. Fandom is for everyone. The Fandom Menace Volume 2 covers the events of the year 2018 as a group of independent creators rose up together, inspiring the Star Wars fandom to speak out against the flagrant misuse of a property that was not meant to inspire division, but hope. Volume 2 will cover the voices who spoke out against cancel culture, such as the Gospel According to Mark with a C.
Thank God for Star Wars fans. If only Rian Johnson had said the same thing.
Mecha Random 42.
Star Trek, to me, is a hopeful, optimistic view of the future.
With chapters written by Stephanie Janicek, Smuggler's Cantina.
They're not answering any questions that the real fans want to know.
Jesse Milestone of Mindless Entertainment.
And I'm going to warn you right now, this here thing you're about to watch is probably going to involve a lot of yelling and a decent amount of swearing.
Itchy Baka of Disney Star Wars is dumb.
But this doesn't explain why, after Disney's acquisition of Star Wars, George would attend the premieres of The Force Awakens, Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and Solo.
And the Overlord himself, Dictor Van Doomcock.
Greetings, my friends. Our pop culture is under assault by corporations who would rather destroy our cultural heritage than build respectfully upon it.
This is an historical documentation of a group of people in the late 2000 teens who would not bow to the very worst in humanity, seeking to separate us along political lines while using our beloved modern mythologies to do so. They did not kneel. Will you? The Fandom Menace Volume 2, Rise of the Rebellion.